Throughout a race season, change can strike a team unexpectedly. A number of factors are constantly at play, with every weekend inspiring new events. For the Mantello Autosport MBRP team, the time for change is now. Race number 6 brought the series to Lime Rock Park, a track nicknamed the Bull Ring, and saw both classes compete at the same time. With the chances of contact high, the number 8 car suffered a blow early during a run-in with an ST car, leaving them to finish out the remainder of the race strictly with the goal of securing points. After numerous frustrations that have been building throughout the season, the team heads into the next race with only 1 car registered to compete. Race number 7 brings the team to Road America, a famous 4-mile circuit tucked away off the beaten path in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin.
Racing's all about having fun. You know, we don't get paid to do this. When it's not fun, there's no sense in doing it. I said I was done at Autosport. I really wanted to run Autosport because it's our home track. I enjoyed myself there, and I knew Lime Rock wasn't a really good match for our car, and it turns out that I was right. You know, the problem with the car for me is that the Camaro is so much more than what IMSA's done to it. If you're successful in this series, you get penalized. And that's not really fair. I'm happy with the speed, I'm happy with the danger level, I'm happy with all of it. I'm just not happy with what IMSA's done to the car.
I really enjoy competing and racing against Anthony, but we also enjoy being teammates as well. I'm seeing Anthony take on an ownership role already in just the 2 days that we've been here, and I'm seeing really enjoy that as well. But I also know Anthony's a driver, so it'll be interesting to see what role he finds to really be the most satisfying for him in the near future.
I still say it, I've said it many times, we have got the best team. I know I'll be here supporting the team at every race.
This is that side.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you're fired as a sticker guy, man.
How many of these we got?
You pull up on it.
What are you laughing at?
You want to do this? Yeah, you just pay attention to the 80 car there, okay?
Yeah.
The 80 car is our responsibility here.
Much better, Lionel.
Well, cut it. Leave it alone. All right, get out of the way. You know what? You're fired.
I got this.
All right.
This Camaro Z28R is just a killer car, has so much potential, and we've really dummied it down a lot. I'm sure you'll see in the next couple of races, you know, we'll start to get a little more performance back because the last couple of races have reflected that the cars just aren't as strong as they used to be. Not every race do we get a promoter test. Here we did. Worked out really well for us. You know, we ran both cars. I got some experience in both the 8 and the 80, as did Martin Barkey, who drove the 8 and the 80.
Kyle and I, with the aid of Anthony making his car available to us, were able to put a full hour and a half of lapping in, and we really do feel that we have an advantage going into the race tomorrow.
Martin is going faster than he's ever gone before, and he's having a lot of fun in a car that is not easy to drive, that really isn't that fun to drive, but he's getting better. And that says a lot about, you know, about the team and what we can achieve here.
Practice 2, obviously it started to rain a little bit. It was damp. The rain came down harder, and we just kind of called it quits on the session. There was no point in taking any risks.
In a rain situation like this, for some reason, Continental Tire Series says no qualifying, and they stage you on the overall position that we have within the series.
Probably more of a marketing exercise than anything. You know, we want to keep as many cars on the grid for the race as possible. There's no point in risking anything in qualifying. So the race will be set by points. We'll be starting 7th.
Thanks to Anthony for making both cars available, We really used it to our advantage. We're hoping tomorrow that plays out to the positive.
We are slow in a straight line, and that's going to hurt us here. I've been with the Porsche, I've been with the Nissan, the BMW. They're all faster than us in a straight line right now. That's going to make racing really difficult. We just have to run perfect laps, not make mistakes, keep the car on the road, luck it with some strategy, and race hard.
I got a great start, really got into turn 1 well, holding off the BMW behind me that had great pace in practice. The run between 3 to 5 is a pretty long, high-speed section. The BMW was able to find their way around me just by sheer velocity. I left a few cars behind me that were right on my tail. Unfortunately, I ended up making a mistake coming through turn 6. I just came in too hot, pushing a little bit. Car came around on me. I was able to catch it before it went all the way around. By the time I straightened it out, both these two cars had made a position and gotten by me. I was not able to really battle for that position back.
At the end of the day, the goal for that first stint is just to keep a good car underneath us. The last 45 minutes is really the race. Our strategy was kind of built on the fly. There was a caution at the 35-minute mark of the race, and at first we didn't think much of it, as Martin had to do 45 minutes minimum drive time. But this is a long lap around here, 4.5 miles. We were able to make the stop on the last round as the race was actually going green. Technically, the race was back to green at that point, and so we did fall back about a half a lap. So for me, my stint was a little boring, to be honest. The first hour of my race, I was just driving by myself. But I just drove at 90%, sort of mistake-free, knowing that we had nothing to gain unless there was a yellow that would put us back in the race. Sure enough, caution came out with approximately 35 minutes remaining in the race. We were super excited. This put us back in it. We had a lap down car in front of us, then I had a BMW, an Aston Martin, and a Mustang. I really had to, work it. I had to sort of outsmart them. I had to play around. I had to get in their mirrors and, show my nose. So I was able to make my way through those cars up into 6th position, and at that point my sights were set on the factory, Stevenson Camaro. It's a shame I couldn't get by those 3 cars a little quicker, because I think we would have had something for 5th position.
A P6 isn't a bad finish at all. We'll see where it puts us, and we'll be ready for VIR.
A race season is often a process of discovery, where decisions and challenges only help build a stronger foundation.
The camaraderie of this team, the ability of this team, the overall feeling of this team is nothing but professional. Hopefully we are able to bring our enthusiasm of this team into maybe this series, maybe take it into a new series.
I really expect things to evolve. When one door closes, another door opens. We're building a brand here. Everybody's game. Everybody's looking for bigger and better things, and we'll see where we end up. It's definitely a journey.
With race number 7 in the books, the team heads to Virginia International Raceway, with hopes that changes lay ahead, and the number 8 car enters back into competition.